a spectacular day, everyone. For today's video, you will gonna learn about the geology that focus on the three forms of rocks, layer of earth, the meaning of the volcano, and the astronomy that focus on the universe, galaxy, and planets. And also the meteorology, which is focused on the two Greeks that contribute in meteorology and weather instrument. So, are you ready to learn? Let's start!
The three forms of rocks: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks. Some were once liquid magma that erupted from volcanoes. They cooled very quickly or extrusive. Others were one liquid magma, but they did not erupt from volcanoes. Instead, they cooled slowly underground. Igneous rocks have two kinds: extrusive and intrusive. Extrusive rocks that are formed cold lava above ground. They cooled very quickly, therefore they formed small crystals. Intrusive rocks that are formed cold magma below the ground. They cooled very slowly, therefore they form large crystals. These are some examples of igneous rocks. The second form of rocks are sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are made up of smaller rocks cemented together. Sometimes have fossils. Usually have layers. Sedimentary rocks form when loose sediment, such as rocks and sand, is deposited by water, compacted and cemented together. Form as a chemical reaction in the water that leaves a chemical deposit, usually on the ocean bottom. Form along beaches, by rivers, or under the water in lakes or oceans. These are some examples of sedimentary rocks. And the third form of rocks is metamorphic. Metamorphic rock form when igneous and sedimentary or other metamorphic rocks are heated and or swished, forming a new rock type. Usually has interlocking crystals and layers called foliation. Metamorphic rock, this can either happen underground or above the ground. Underground by high pressure and heat, above ground by volcano erupting. These are some examples of metamorphic rocks.
Hi everyone, today we'll learn the layers of the Earth. The Earth made of 4 layers, which is the crust, mantle, inner core, and the outer core. So let's start with the crust. Crust is the thin outer layer of the Earth where we all live. The crust there from around 3 to 5 miles deep in the ocean's floor to around 25 miles deep on the land Earth. Crust is found on the outer space and it is made of solid rock and minerals. Mantle. Mantle is the next layer of the Earth. The mantle is thicker than the crust, then almost 900 miles deep, and makes up about 85% of the Earth's weight is solid rock, but not completely hard. The mantle is mainly up of slightly different silicate with more iron and magnesium. Tectonic plates. The tectonic plates are the combinations of the outer mantle and the crust. The plates where the plates touch each other is known as the fault. When the plates move and the boundaries bump up against each other, it may cause an earthquake. Outer core. The Earth's outer core is made up of hot liquid iron and nickel, and is about 1400 miles deep. The outer core creates something called the magnetic field and make a protective barriers around the Earth that shield us from the sun, destructive solar wind. The inner core. The Earth's inner core is made up of solid iron and nickel, and it's about 1500 miles thick. It has the hottest sun surface around the 19,000 to 30,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's all. Hope you understand the layers of the Earth. God bless and thank you.
Does anyone here know what is a volcano? So, for today's discussion, we are going to discuss what are the parts of the volcano so that you will be able to understand what is a volcano. So, the parts of the volcano are ash, lava, crater, main vent, magma chamber, and secondary vent. So, let's proceed to the definition of the volcano. So, volcano is a mountain that opens downward to a pool of molten rock below the surface of the earth. When the pressure builds up, eruption occurs. A volcano is a vent that connects magma from within the earth's crust to the earth's surface. The liquid rock is called magma when it is under the earth's surface, and it's called lava after it comes out. So, do you know how does volcano erupt? So, volcano erupt when the molten rock stored in the magma chamber rises through the crater pipe and it travels up the main vent, gases expand and water becomes steam, creating pressure. When the pressure can no longer be contained, the volcano erupts through the crater and the secondary side vent.
Hi, my name is DJ Eugenio from BE2A. This video will going to discuss the types of volcano. So according to geologists, generally group volcanoes into four main groups. So these are the cinder cone, composite volcanoes, shield volcanoes, and lava dome volcanoes. Cinder cones are the simplest type of volcanoes. They are built from particles and blobs of congealed lava ejected from the single band. Composite volcanoes. Some of the Earth's grandest mountains are composite volcanoes, sometimes called stratovolcanoes. They are typically steep-sided, symmetrical cones of large dimension built of alternating layers of lava flows, volcanic ashes, cinders, blocks, and bombs. Shield volcanoes are built almost entirely of fluids, lava flows. Flows after flows poured out in all directions from a central summit band or group of bands, building a broad, gently sloping cone of flat, comical shape with a profile much like that of a various shields. Lava domes are formed by relatively smaller balls, masses of lava too viscous to follow any great distance. Consequently, or extrusion, the lava piles over and around its vent.
Good day, I'm Carla J Delan from BE2A2, and today I am going to tackle about the universe. Universe is a wide open space that holds everything we see in the sky, including our home and the earth. The universe also includes living things, planets, stars, galaxies, dust clouds, lights, and even time. The universe contains of billions of galaxies and also contains millions to billions of stars.
A galaxy is a very large group of stars, planets, dust, and gases. It consists of billions of stars. Just like there are billions of stars in our galaxy, there are billions of galaxies in our universe. These galaxies fall into three types based on their shapes. One is spiral galaxy, 2 is elliptical galaxy, and 3 is irregular galaxy. Let's look closely at each of these galaxies. This is a spiral galaxy. Can you guess why? Because it is shaped like a spiral. Exactly. A spiral galaxy has a flat disc-like shape with a bulge in the center. Spiral galaxy has spiral or curved arms that rotate above the center of the galaxy. This galaxy contains a large amount of dust and gases. Most of the galaxy are about 75% are spiral. Our neighbor galaxy Andromeda is a spiral galaxy. Now look at this galaxy. This is an elliptical galaxy. Elliptical galaxies are oval in shape, look like flattened balls. This galaxy don't rotate and contain less dust and gas compared to spiral galaxies. As new stars cannot form in an elliptical galaxies, they are mostly made of old stars. 20% of all galaxies are elliptical. Now, this is an irregular galaxy. As the name suggests, irregular galaxies don't have a definite shape. The stars in the regular galaxy do not appear to be grouped in any particular shape. The clouds of Magellan are irregular galaxies. Only 3 to 5% of all galaxies are irregulars.
Hello everyone, I am Shayne Galvez, a BEd 2A2 student. Today, I will going to tackle the definition of planet and the short description of the different planets. So, what is planet? Planet is a large object such as Earth and Venus that orbits a star. Also, the planet doesn't produce any light. The different planets are Earth, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Venus, Mercury, and Pluto. So, the Earth is the planet where we live in. The Earth is the land surface where we live in and move around. The Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest planet in the solar system. The Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the second smallest planet in the solar system. The Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest with a diameter about 10 times than the Earth. The Neptune is the eighth and farthest known solar planet from the Sun. The Uranus is made of water, methane, ammonia fluids above a small rocky center. The Venus is the second planet from the Sun. The Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system and the closest planet from the Sun. And the Pluto is the largest dwarf planet and the second closest dwarf planet from the Sun. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, everyone.
Aristotle is a philosopher contribute in meteorology, and it's called Aristotle Meteorologica, 340 before Christ. It is the oldest comprehensive treatise on meteorological subjects. In addition to further commentary on the Meteorologica, this period also saw attempts to forecast the weather according to astrological events using techniques introduced by Ptolemy. Father of meteorology is an Englishman named Luke Howard. In the early 1800s, Luke Howard recorded detailed observation of weather in and around London. His comprehensive work laid the groundwork for the understanding of how weather works and offered suggestion as to why. His note included detailed recording of rain, wind, air pressure, and even tables and charts. Perhaps his greatest contribution was his essay on modification of clouds.
Hello guys, today I'm gonna discuss you all about weather instrument. So the first weather instrument is the barometer. So what is barometer? Barometer is a tool used to measure atmospheric pressure, which is force exerted by the weight of air. Weather forecasts use a barometer to measure air pressure and tell if there are storms coming. How do they work? When the barometer drops, there is a low atmospheric pressure and a good chance of storm. But when the barometer rises, there is a high pressure
a chance of good weather. So next weather instrument is the weather radar, also known as the Doppler. So Doppler is an instrument that sends pulses of electromagnetic energy into the atmosphere to find precipitation and determine its motion and intensity, and identify the precipitation types such as rain, snow, or hail. So this is the weather radar, also known as the Doppler. So next weather instrument is the weather balloon. Weather balloons are the primary source of data above the ground. They provide valuable input for computer forecast models, local data for meteorologists to make forecasts and predict storms, and data for research.